foundation in Christ not crack up. Consistency strong like black up. Jesus Christ is the highlight. If you're with me, shine your light bright.
We are flawless, flawless in Jesus Christ. We are flawless, flawless in Jesus' eyes.
It don't matter your skin color. It don't matter your hair texture. It don't matter who you are, 'cause we are flawless.
Welcome, and thanks for tuning into Imperfect Me, where it's all about transparency, connecting, learning, laughing, encouraging, love, and living a God-filled purpose life. I am your host, Carisi, and I am just your not-so-average imperfect girl with gifts to share. So what is on my mind today? Yeah, I sincerely thank you guys for tuning in. It's been a very interesting time that I have had. This month has been really interesting. So what I'm going to talk about today is basically a part 2. Part 1 I have not shared, but basically we're talking about, just going through different things and overcoming. I'm only as strong as glass. There's a song by Gawapali which I'll play at the end of the show. You'll get to hear. I'll play a good bit of it for you. But we often get to a place where we're just not, we're strong, but we're only as strong as glass. Like there's only so much that we can take. Sometimes your cup runs over from all the circumstances and situations you face every day. There are times when the rain seems to never stop, when life seems to have more downs than ups. There are times when you feel you have so many depending on you, or maybe you feel like there isn't anyone depending on you at all, or who can you depend on? You feel like I'm only as strong as glass. There's only so much pressure I can take before I break. And I understand all of this way too well. The pressures of life will make your head spin. But no, there is always something you can do or someone you can talk to help relieve some of that pressure, even if just mentally. You need to be able to replace pressure with strength so you can build up enough fight to go on. Speak life into your situation, no matter how or what it looks like. Lately, there's been a lot of situations going on with depression and anxiety, and I'm happy that more light is coming to that, because I recall, and I'm not very old at all, I recall a time when that was not even something that you heard or that was talked about. It was almost a taboo topic to talk about depression, or to even lump depression in the category of like mental health or mental illness. We have to understand that we are in such a critical time, and there is so much pressure in life in general. Like this whole generation, they're undergoing some pressures that are just tremendous. And the enemy desires to sift us like wheat. And in this, he convinces us that we don't deserve to be here, or we are not worthy. But God placed divine destiny in each one of us. And it is his will that we should live and not die. He has placed so much in us. As I'm writing this, going through a situation. Actually, I pre-wrote this podcast, and I was supposed to record it the day I wrote it, which was a few days ago. And unfortunately, I'm actually, right now, I'm in the hospital, and I am by my husband's bedside. But when I wrote this particular podcast, I wrote it out, and I'm glad that I did, because, I will forget my train of thought. But I wrote this, and I was sitting at his bedside, and he needed, and I just hadn't had a chance to record it. But we really have to understand that, we have to learn how to replace every negative thought with a positive thought. Even if you have to write it down to continue looking at it as a constant reminder, like I said, I didn't record this today, but I recorded this from a hospital room beside my husband. And consider all of the situations I have been going through and that has been going on. And I feel only as strong as glass, but my mind is strengthened, knowing that this too shall pass, that I will get through this, we will get through this, my husband will overcome, and we will walk together, and we will walk in victory. I choose not to be a victim of my circumstances, and neither should you. In this natural, sense of, in the flesh, we may be only as strong as glass, and we can break, but I know that I can be put back together. You can be put back together. God can mend the broken pieces. You just have to allow him to, and to realize that this is not the end. When you're going through these situations, it's not the end. There's, as long as you have breath and you have life, there is more, and you are worthy to be here. Our affirmation today is, you're an overcomer. You are an overcomer. You will get through this. Depression is a really, really serious thing, and it's so prevalent, and it doesn't care who it affects. It affects the young, the old, the rich, the poor. It doesn't have a respective person. I implore you to, yes, always number one, prayer and meditation, and to focus on positive things. Find yourself in a place with positive energy, around people with positive energy. But if it gets to that point to where in your natural, you just can't, call somebody, talk to somebody. There are depression hotlines. I found what's called a crisis text line. So even if you're like me and you're just not a big talker and a big speaker, and you're just like, man, I don't want to share my business with anybody, you can text. And the text number for this crisis text line is, you text HOME, HOME, to 741-741. I'm sorry. Text HOME to 741-741. And someone will get on the line and they will text you back, and you can just kind of go back and forth and just share, just to get some of that weight off of your shoulders. And like I said, always go back to prayer and meditation. I promise you will find yourself in a better place. Another crisis helpline that you can call and contact is 1-800-233-4357. 1-800-233-4357. And depression hotline is 1-800-826-3632. Listen, call somebody, talk about it. God put us all here for a reason. We all have a purpose and plan. And if it was not his intent for you to be here, then you would not have to take yourself out of here. God will call you to himself. So know that there is more. You are an overcomer, and there's nothing that is impossible for God. You can achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And so I'm going to play this song. We're going to go out with this song, and I'm going to let you play this. Listen to this. I'm Only as Strong as Glass by Goapoli. So I love you guys with the love of Christ. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do about it.
I know I'm strong, I'll brave the storm. I know I can take a few hits. You ain't gotta worry about this. Stay in my zone, take care of my home. Always got my own. But be gentle with me, 'cause I'm human, baby, and I break. but be gentle.
So even though this song is about relationships, pretty much, I like to look at things from a much broader perspective. And so when I listen to this, I'm listening to it from our relationship standpoint, different situations. We go through so many things, and we kind of put on a face like we're just, we can take it, we're strong, and we don't need anything. But there's always a breaking point.
Yeah, I'm only as strong as glass, and I am all I have. So if I break, there's no more. Strong as I am, weak as a man, I am. And I'm gonna stand for as long as I can.
Just know that you've got this. You can break, but God won't let you break. He will keep you, even when it looks like you feel like you're in 1,000 pieces, shattered all over the floor. He's got you. You won't break. Don't break or bend.